or MemesMayCry with him in the anchor slot. In general, there's a lot of risk with Deadpool going in against this particular team for Matt, but Sykilik, once you get these easy teleport confirms, it makes it a little bit less risky. But the unfortunate reality is if you are not killing Vergil, it can be somewhat difficult to repel this pressure, so long as Vergil still packs any bar, considering the projectile multiplication purposes that you get off of swords. And this is where an impressive blocking is coming from Sykilik, as Matt is staying in the pressure seat, even though Vergil is blocked and/or been chipped for most of his life so far. Sykilik, staying true, finds this kill and walks straight into the Helmbreaker, with Matt going for his pickup, taking us to the corner. Has one more, and just short of the meterless kill. No access to Acid Rain, having to go for this meaty here, but Sykilik knows the Dante pretty darn well inside and out, and with access to Strider, has a great way to break through and move forward of Dante without having to walk or dash. Oh, fortunate drop, but double trigger ensures he mostly stays safe as Dante's throw punish. Nothing impressive. Goes for the drive, sets up both Strider layers. Oh! Leaves so much damage still out there with an X-Vectoring there. Now Doom regaining a potential eye. It's a kill it could have finished off on. And Matt gets the Dox jump. Gets the extended pickup here, going for Skydance availability. Oh, no. Number ground bounce available. Drops the stinger, but Weasel shot beam. Will the chip be enough? Legion. Tagging the assist and keeping it safe. Both players now edge on life, just relying on what little tools they have to stay in this game. Okay, Strider unable to get a full pickup off the jam session, builds a little bit more bar. Skin shot keeping us. Gets the extension, ground bounce. Has to X-Factor here, but with this much time left on the clock, it is important now more than ever, just let it go. Saving X-Factor doesn't help if you run out of time first. I'm going to be able to pick up this first kill in Strider. Doom has most of his health left. Sykilik has a lot of room to screw up here if he cannot get these kills in very fast, short order. High pressure circumstance. Acid Rain still available. 2 bars. Before the Doom HP is the major factor here, and the foot dive bringing Matt up the first round victory. Straight back into it, and once again Sykilik very confident in his movement of Deadpool, even under this pressure situation, but Matt finding another stray sword swing. Gets the extension for jam session. 2 bars now on deck. And opts to just let it go and go for sword neutral, but Strider going to put him out of it. Sykilik still in this blender, gets hit on the head. Once again, now back to the Dante. So Matt forced to X-Factor if he wants this kill, likely. Wait a minute, finds the route. Can he do this in the Parsec lag? Ooh, Matt is looking confident. Ooh, dropped near the end, but the foot dive still confirms. Sykilik now down to his Strider. He's got 3 bars, but there's so much health in the jam session pickup. Matt now swiftly putting himself on the board, 2 up. Last chance for Sykilik. Can Deadpool finally get the momentum he needs to push through and take out this team? Or once again, Dante be forced to put in most of that work. This time it's looking a bit better. Goes for a risky teleport, but Grenade going to keep it pat. He finds the low on the Vergil, punishing. Deadpool, barely a scratch. Goes for the mid-screen. Oh, couldn't get the bolo to pick up the dash. Matt, less than a full bar to work with. Going to let it drop. Giving Sykilik all of this time. The overhead has the OTG. Doom escaping, but here is the damage on Dante. And where is that X Factor? Not available. And then Carrots is going to use up most of the leftover X Factor time with its long animation. Sykilik now fully HP'd and resource packed in comparison to his opponent. This is a dramatic difference since the last match. Ooh, unable to confirm this launcher. Doom once again getting this opportunity to potentially maul the rest of this team. Ooh, unable because of the angle. They pick up after the quick work. Going to simply rely on the impressive advantage Deadpool has in keep away against with the Chi to get the finish. Sykilik says, I don't hear no bell. We are 1 up Syke, 2 up Matt. Relying on this strong neutral and grenades, Strider being more deadly and finds the overhead. Oh, fortunately, Parsec eating his forward input, so he doesn't get the overhead OTG. And now, Matt going for the efficient damage dealing that Doom and Dante possess as a synergy. And that is the end of Deadpool. Forcing Dante to eat this mix. Matt Jean's only 2 bars here. It looks like he's going to just barely make it. Oh, goes for the snap instead. Wants the Strider. Okay, has access to X Factor. Has access to a kill on Strider if he wants it. Gets the full extend here of the assist. Dante, will he need the X Factor? Yes, in fact, the last hit, allowing Strider to live. And Sykilik now 5 bars on deck. Can he navigate this neutral and turn this around? Both Dante's trading projectiles, but Sykilik layering Strider in a safe spot gets its extension, and level 3 is available. Okay, 1 character down, 2 more to go. Sykilik has access to a mix. Sets it up, tries this jail. Sykilik just relying on airplay and these jumps. Looking to pressure this Doom. There's a hit, but no confirm again. Once again, goes for the mix, gets the hit on the ground. Full extension available, hasn't used prop shredder, so damage is not scaled. 1 level of play, 1 more pickup, OTG. Goes for the snap instead of the level 3. Wants the Vergil. Is he blocking? He is. Sykilik relying on patience here. 22 seconds left on the clock. Strider coming in. It's still advantageous though. He has 3 bars and X Factor, but gets caught on the pressure mix from Matt, and Matt was going to knock Sykilik to the lower bracket. What an amazing match. So they have interesting and very strong zoning point duel. Point Hawkeye is a bit of a lost art in terms of how the meta has unfolded for this game in comparison to something like Dante, but this character still has a lot of strong chip and the potential to set up poison pressure, as well as a pretty strong ability to pick up certain distances so long as you land the right arrow. However, Dante, the tool that Deadpool gets so much more mileage than a lot of his characters between the projectiles and the ability to go for those mid-screens. Well, it doesn't actually mind the usual alignment that Vergil does, pushing you to the corner, the way some characters do. So both these teams are very efficient at dealing with each other's options. Dante unable to pick up both in that happy birthday. And Hawkeye forced X Factor because he punishes too late. It finds this low. But going to have both bar and meter here. Gaining all of this life, still has this pressure. Checking this time. Cool. Right. Do not count Xeno out. This is Vergil, very strong, but Clegg finding a strong confirm off of the Vergil assist, and so much meter is available. You get the extend. Everything coming up for Xeno now. He finds both characters with this happy birthday. Vergil to Vergil, but he still has X Factor. He's going to have to block and respect this crown. Xeno, despite getting beaten earlier on, going to just take the first match solely off this powerful Vergil. Strong breakup available. Strangely enough, despite Hawkeye being more traditional at far range, he's the one actually going in Clegg here. It's a check on the unsafe quick work. Going once again to check at the melee range. Finds this throw, has the extension here, and poison going to take away for some extra damage. Finishing off, Taskmaster in. Is he going to snap or is he going for the mix-up? Cross-up not functioning, but Dante not getting anything more than a simple hit. And then it's Taskmaster's turn. Character has great normal length. Unintentionally gets the counter and almost punished by the Dante. Despite this life lead, there looks like there's some trouble in Paradise as Task gets hit once again. Xeno spending a lot of bar, but destroying Taskmaster and bringing in the Vergil. Helmbreaker almost perfectly checked by the X Factor cancel, but now Clegg just going back to this keep away, using this X Factor damage and speed bonus to pressure Vergil. Full screen kill. And now Dante coming into a pretty unfavorable circumstance so long as he's kept at the full screen. Wow. Bold teleport and gets the meterless kill. Acid rain distance perfectly achieved. Again, Xeno staying in this momentum once he gets the X Factor active. And Clegg going to burn it out and has this pressure of swords available. Double triggers up for Xeno. And Clegg now short a bar. Xeno once again getting the start of all these hits, but despite the unsureness of the Vergil, Clegg finds the hit he needs and is going to take us to a 1-1 circumstance. Clegg immediately back for the rematch, but is Xeno considering a team swap? Nope, back to it after probably a quick glass. Gets the cross up, no confirm, but this time poison going to keep ticking. Gets a full screen confirm. Grenade only the thing saving Deadpool, taking a lot of damage as a low HP character. Once again, like just choosing going in of Hawkeye over relying on the keep away game. And every time it's caught Xeno pretty off guard. Character beyond his double jump, not known for having the most tricky or fast movement tools. Taskmaster taking so much damage. Clegg back in the driver's seat and see if he can build a longer combo to save some HP on his Taskmaster. And then has the DHG to Vergil. Once again, more time for the heal and this confirmed kill. The full extension has a washing machine. Potentially only one more bar needed? No. Oh, it's caught low. Bringing in the task. Oh. Even that much Scaling up for the prop shredder, it still kills. Oh, it doesn't. Prop shredder once again being the enemy of Xeno, despite his constant use of it. And almost completely no HP Taskmaster, still putting in work. Now, Xeno throwing up the unsafe overhead and not X-factoring it and giving Hawkeye all he needs to get this kill. Oh, another late hit. Chip's so much a factor here. With this gimlet into swords. They're going to spend the last of his bar to stay in the movement here for the mix-up, and has X-Factor to confirm anyway. One more extension needed. Wow, just checking. Closing the double trigger, keeps this pressure on, and gets a point-blank rapid slash. Clegg 2 up now. Xeno once again potentially considering changing his team or just catching his breath. Control. Xeno himself sticking to this defensive play, but this time goes on the aggression. Wants to check Hawkeye, who normally leads in the dominating fashion during these clashes. Ooh, doesn't... Doesn't take the advantage hit when he could, and this means that Hawkeye is down and goes for the Dante TAC mid-screen. A little bit of an odd start there. Now Clegg just looking to stop getting hit by Dante, but fully available punish here from Xeno. Has one more bar, doesn't want to spend it. And Name of Hawkeye will precede the following character here, as Taskmaster still has some damage to pull out, even at Pixel. Oh, drops the super cancel. Going to have to rely on Vergil DHC. No more resources available for Clegg. To rely on this mixed game, but finds a fast rapid slash surprise. This character alone, potentially all Clegg needs to start building the momentum. His lack of bar still being a major problem for him. Xeno has access to the X-Factor cancel if he wants his character dead. Goes for a quick, simple finisher. It's looking very much like a 2-2 circumstances. Taskmaster just has no life left.
Player 1 wins. Light controls.
Okay, 2-2 situation, both players having their rise and falls throughout this match. This time, Xeno going to get this first hit with the Deadpool, everything coming together. But a end drop during the jam section extension gives Clegg one more chance, and you know this Hawkeye will simply grind you to death if you do not take him out fast. This time, Xeno finding the snipe and finishing him off. See if Taskmaster can have better luck. Blocks the mix-up at the... Relying on this strong HP pool and longer limbs. Taskmaster can deal with this Deadpool. But he cannot draft the double super if he wants to ensure this kill. First super. Goes straight into DHC instead. Keeping it efficient. This time, Clegg looking a lot tighter and just keeping the pressure on as his Taskmaster. Getting caught by the descending Dante here. Oh, Xeno going for a route that leaves him not killing Taskmaster, and this DHC going to be quite safe. bringing in the Vergil, and Helmbreaker is getting the pickup. Can he build the bar? Will he use X Factor here to deal with the Dante? They're just opting for a standard mix-up here. Ooh, multi-lock by accident means that, like, as Alder moves to maneuver, getting this hits and finishing up here with this rapid slash confirm. Has one more pickup. Sets up for the air mix. Still only has one bar, but with X Factor available, he is going to find this kill. And after a very close match between these two players, it will be Clegg moving on in the winner's side. That means we can now progress to our next match. Looking like it's going to be Yuli versus a Nuvik 90. I'm not familiar with that name. So even if you pick random, you won't get wrong stages. And if you can say anything about Yuli, the hyper-aggression and production of swords this man makes means that you need to check his offense. Simple defense or blocking will only get you so far in situations when he is present. You see Yuli holding his ground, throwing these fireballs and charging his buster, but Nuvik going for a point-blank DHC, getting some decent damage, and immediately getting punished on the aftershock. Really, sitting on 3 bars, we can expect either a kill or a snap just like this. Wants the Vergil, and just so many layers. Going for a simple extension of level 3? Ooh, that didn't kill. And instead, it is Nuvik getting the kill on 0, X Factor or not. This is what you need to do to stay in the aggressive space that Yuli plays in. And another drop from Yuli, rare as they are, is giving Nuvik more opportunities to play with his entire team alive. Wolverine back in the driver's seat, immediately getting prompt. Oh no, the cursed Proth Shredder. Dropping, but fireworks will keep everything going. Ooh, that was cheap. Okay, sets up another X Dragon and goes for the cross. And, oh, another unprecedented drop. I wonder if Yuli's lag is spiking right now. Okay. Almost whiffs on that million carries, but DHC keeps Yuli in the winner's position, going up 1. Back at the dive kick from Wolverine, immediately checked by the sword. Yuli taking us to this corner route. 2 bars available. This is a guaranteed kill, specifically in the character around the mid HP zone in full V, but a snap. Again, Vergil identified as a threat. Yuli dispatching them in a fast and efficient fashion this time around, it looks like. The cross-up layers, even if you don't kill him the first, more lightning is sure to come. Gets the jam session pickup, still an X for this high damage options. We'll extend again. Really going into lightning on this. Oh, level 3 again. Wolvie has access to level 4, potentially with his X Factor and Berserker charge, but has to use it sooner than later here. It's the cross-up just too much to deal with. Wait, 1 match more for Nuvik. Is he going to swap his team? Catch a quick breath of air here. And this time, a low from M.O.D.O.K going into this full combo for Wolverine. You've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. It's efficient. And almost always guarantees a kill with 2 bars. What mix is offered goes for the beam setup here. Getting another quick overhead with beam to confirm. But, oh, just a little too far for the dive kick. This Dante getting another great chance here. Both players swinging, just not able to confirm. Punished, going to take Doom's life beyond half. Muley, already X-Factored, not willing to DHC, going to let this Dante die. M.O.D.O.K this time full life on his team, going to put on all of the mix. Gets the cross up, X-Factor for this confirm, and we are going up for another game. The level 3's weapon X. No, 1-2 situation. M.O.D.O.K getting a little bit more on these adaptions, but still getting crossed consistently by this strong offensive game that Yuli brings. And always so consistent. Never Vergil didn't like the kill. With the quick extension. Lightning, lightning. He's already scheming for his next mix, goes to the full screen and sets up the fake cross up into overhead. I was hit for sure. You see, goes for the lightning. What's the next mix? Close to the wall, brings us to the far screen again. Oh, just goes for a keep wipe position. Choosing the best and most optimal way to deal Floken and his disability while an X-Factor. And chances are enough, Yuli taking it 3 over M.O.D.O.K's 1. Said, I expect we might see more of M.O.D.O.K in the lower brackets. His level of skill is definitely impressive. Oh, hello, Isisera. Nice timing.
Greetings, greetings. Did I come into Yullizhez just killing another human being, in this case M.O.D.O.K 90?
If there's one person who has a decent track record against Zero, it is surprisingly nice here.
Okay, so TJ, surprising. Let's see, but Romora has access to Buster, but gets hit with Zero. Missiles are there to protect. And activates the Sogenmu. This is going to be a great wall of protection from Dormammu, but the mix is not quite there to take him out, and TJ now has that meter advantage.
That's the way you have to rock with Hulk in particular. You just have to spend the X Factor if you can stay in the momentum spot, because if you get out, you will get caught when fighting Zero.
Oh, going for some unblockables, doesn't quite get it, but does get the throw afterwards. With this confirm, is going to be able to build at least 1 bar with the Dormammu extension. This is looking good for TJ. Will they get it with a single bar?
Doing Tongli proud, 1 bar kill.
No, the pixel. And Romora willing to invest to save his Vergil, going for that, and also gets the punish on Haggar. That was so good by Romora, and this is going to be the end of a mayor. It looks like they're going to need to hold an emergency election because he is done. Hulk coming in is going to need to block some swords for a while, but has managed to wear out the majority of Romora's X-Factor time while maintaining a substantial meter advantage.
And Thunderbolt Ross here claiming that he's a worse father than even Vergil.
Oh gosh, and into Chaotic Flame, it looks like Vergil is not going to be fathering anymore today, and it's going to be the end of Doom, because when you need to deal with Dormammu from full screen, this is a scary situation to be in.
I believe the Yipes-ism is matchup bad.
Matchup bad for sure. Matchup good as long as you're on the other side, right? Matchup good for TJ. Made sure to even though fighting Zero with Hulk is matchup bad, getting to have that Dormammu Doom if things work out is that little bit of retribution, right?
Romora going to take an inch, turn it into a yard, and then a mile.
He's very skilled at that, and manages to do it meterless, knows exactly how much light the combo is going to do, make sure that there's not going to be problems. TJ gets the throw, still has Haggar assist available, I believe. Decides to kill the robot as fast as possible.
Oh, nice maneuver from Romora.
Both of them having some challenging situations come out, but now Romora is substantially advantaged because he didn't need to invest X Factor in that, but can invest it now, and this is going to be both the end of TJ's X Factor time and also potentially the end of his Haggar as well.
Ooh. A lucky drop here. Well, that's not going to work.
Oh, that's going to be full combo. Oh no, that
Close
was
enough.
a drop. I would have been reset there too. Chat, did any of you block that? Were you like, I think Romora is going to go for a cross up here instead of killing me? I don't think any of us were there.
You're just not ready for how patriotic Romora always is.
Not just that time. Romora a lot of the time just finishes his combos. Like, I think right here he has an assist where he's just going to make Haggar dead without doing any resets whatsoever. Romora tying it up 1-1. Gets the throw and then ends up full screen though. Was anticipating the forward roll maybe from Romora, but then now has to play all this neutral. Missiles are out, Harangekis are on screen, and if Dark Hole gets out in front of Zero's projectiles, it could eat them because it's ludicrous durability, but it needs to get out before they get to him.
And Romora's like ability to space and sequence his patterns makes it so hard to execute that kind of punish.
I also like Romora going for that confirm even though it didn't quite space the way he needed it to. It's just a little bit closer and that would have been the end.
Getting an optimal stop from the missiles too.
Oh, got the lariat there! And very fortunately got out before Romora was able to recover. Even with those missiles hits, Haggar got another chance, but isn't going to get any more. This is going to be the end of Haggar, potentially all up to Dormammu, but at least it's taking 1 bar from Zero. You think Haggar is healthy enough it'll take 2 bars? Oh no.
Romora has a really optimal route. I've seen it do more damage than almost any other Zero.
Yeah, it's not like the M.O.D.O.K Infinite or anything, but it's like Romora does good ones, Invasion does really solid ones as well. Hazy always posts really good stuff on Twitter, and oh my gosh, Dormammu is dead. That is Romora going up 2-1 over TJ. So TJ was able to take that first game. What do they need to do to get back that momentum that they had?
I think in some regards, I think they need to stop calling assists during this neutral. You don't have Sentinels, so you're just going to have to slowly build bar through blocking and look for small swings, and then maybe Team Hyper or DHG.
Oh my gosh, and now TJ used up their X Factor and they're going to have their Hawkeye as well. This is the exact opposite of what TJ needed and looking scary. I think that they're going to need to be super clutch with both Dormammu and Haggar if they want to do this. And Romora, at least Doom is bleeding pretty badly back there. Ooh, Zero goes around the world, went all the way to one side of Dormammu, came back to the front again, and managed to confirm the combo. Dormammu getting zapped here. It looks like the Dark Dimension is finally paying its power bills and getting some light. These lightning loops have illuminated Dormammu out of existence, and now the happy birthday, but not anything that could confirm off of it.
Has one more chance, gets a back hit. Well, this is interestingly awkward. That means he gets the pickup too.
So I guess this means that Metro City's in America, because that was a very American reset.
Yeah, it is New York.
Wait, Metro City's New York?
Seems to be the replacement for it in the Street Fighter universe.
Oh, the
Oh,
level
no.
3 is not gonna work there. And with that, Romora takes it over TJ2, MF, and Knight. And that's a 3-1. I assume we're going to see some real, some TJ going on in the learner side of the bracket, but great work to both players.
Who do we have coming up next? I think it's Priest and... Oh no, it's DXP versus Past My Prime. That could be
I don't know
anybody.
who Past My Prime is. I also think that if it gets the situation of Rocket Arthur, they could zone pretty hard against this team as well. But who zones when you could hold forward and throw at the beginning of the match?
And that's the problem with low HP points. Haggar always kills them.
Ooh, I think this might be one of the hits where it doesn't, or is he going to build up some additional resources? Because this is looking... Oh no, the reset didn't work slightly too early for Paradiggm, and now he let Vergil live, but has the hit on Viper. If you needed Dex to kill here, would you X?
I don't know. I feel like no. I feel like Viper's matchup of Haggar when he's got her in the corner is more than dealable without the X required. But,
ooh, got it on Wesker. This is going to be the end of the character, but leaving Vergil Viper is the two characters in back, especially when there's 4 meters available, it can be a little bit scary. We'll see Vergil do absolutely nothing before dying, but let's see Tony kill his Viper. Oh no, gets caught by the anti-air command throw before he has a chance, and with that, it's not quite the golden letters, but this is looking very solidly in Paradiggm's favor.
it's the key to the city. Close enough.
The key to the city, Haggar perfect. Oh, but Tony Kila also knows how to get advantage and start making momentum. Had that Helm Breaker, has to confirm off of it, and resets. Ready for Paradiggm to go for a TAC break of some kind, and just gets that Helm Breaker. This is going to do a lot of damage, gets the kill for 1 meter, and is going to have the incoming mix-up on Rocket Raccoon.
I mean, people always laugh at the Wesker assist, but the fact of the matter is Helmbreaker is one of the best reset tools in the entire game, except when you get hit. Your Rocket actually a pretty decent happy birthday confirmer.
And with the happy birthday here, oh no! That ended up working out terribly in so many different ways. It didn't get to kill the assist, even though it partially hit the assist. That was so unfortunate for Paradiggm. But Tony Kila investing the X Factor still has another OTG assist. Should be able to get the kill here for a single meter, and then it's all going to be up to Arthur. Arthur coming in, he's already armored up, uses the X. That means that he has a timer on his life, and as we noted, Tony Kila's team is all OTG assists for the most part, so he is definitely going to be able to do something if armor pops in an unsafe way. But looks like that pop's going to happen while Viper is dead.
And using the arrows into Bracelet to cover. Wait, he might be able to kill before he even pops.
Wow, at that 0 armor left, Paradiggm makes it through. See, having 0 timer, not enough to actually kill the Arthur. They also need the time to still be going in game.
There's something terrifying about low commit Helmbreaker like this.
I really like that from Paradiggm. They were in the same situation as last time, and Tony Kila had gone for the Helmbreaker reset for the intended TAC. This time, instead of mashing TAC, Paradiggm had been ready for it and just walked. Really good stuff for Paradiggm with the adjustments, but good stuff for Tony Kila.
Another drop.
That was a weird situation where the swords were out, but they were just kind of hanging out there without hitting Haggar.
Paradiggm, a strong proponent of just spend the bar.
I'm also a strong proponent of just spend the bar. It is worth it. Gets
Oh, that
overhead,
was cheap. Overhead reset, too.
Properly. Ooh.
It's like... Tiger Knee jump height stuff with Rocket Raccoon is not easy to execute on Parsec.
Okay, but we've seen Dark Wesker do things before. Believe in Tony Kila. There is a Mad Hopper that's hanging out somewhere. Oh no, no Mad Hopper, but no Wesker either potentially. Is X Factor used? I think this is going to be another hit. Ends up going for the throw, and because of that, Wesker...
X Factor?
No X Factor.
What's a rock?
used. Giving more chances for Tony Kila to do something with Wesker is not something that I think goes well for most people. And it looks like Rocket is among those most people, because Tony Kila coming live here gets the jump for the pressure, and Lariat connects, tried to swing a little late, and with that, Paradiggm takes his 3-0 over Tony Kila.
Tony heading down to the learner's bracket, but he's got a lot to teach people.
Indeed, and Paradiggm, just so terrifying, seemed ready for all of the interactions there, and then adjusted when he saw that smart play from Tony Kila, taking note of how he approaches the situation and making sure to be ready for it next time.
Well, people put a lot of characters to blow up in Marvel, like, tiers-wise. It's been a lot of time being considered not great, and now people really respect the M.O.D.O.K.
Yeah, M.O.D.O.K, one of the best characters in the game. He's one of the best characters that still has some weaknesses, though. Like, his body type makes some things work against him that doesn't work on anyone else. And looks like this is going to be the end of Magneto, so we're going to get a chance to see exactly how dangerous this M.O.D.O.K is if he survives incoming. Do you think he'll be able to get out, or do you think that Vergil is going to make him just like immediately extinguished?
DXP only has one piece of resources, so slightly better chances. Wasteful spending, giving a chance.
Ooh, great work. DXP continued to swing when the shield was there, so even though the first hit M.O.D.O.K, the second one moved far enough forward. It hit the shield, was negated before M.O.D.O.K got struck, and allowed Priest to get the punish. That is amazing.
Yeah, one of the weird properties of the shield is that it eats longer limbs to the extent that it will sometimes negate the entire hit surface. So I've seen like Magneto's hit completely stop functioning after the first 2-ish frames.
Yeah, the way it works, to my understanding, is as soon as a hitbox, or I mean like a hit sphere collides with it, the hit sphere is no longer active. So it is pretty terrifying. But we're going to see if there's any more opportunities for M.O.D.O.K, because he is bleeding in the back there. Will the Doom from Priest be able to play this neutral against Vajra Assist?
I'm impressed.
They got the hit. And with that, going to go for the up TAC and drops it. Everything going to scrambles, but Priest maintaining the pressure, managing to take that hit against Doom. But Darkstrider can 100% do this. There is so little life left on the opposing team.
And tall characters particularly despise the instant overhead from this character.
Did you see the brilliance there? Using the crouch light to lower his hurt box to make sure that the super beam would not hit, and then the low orb was able to catch M.O.D.O.K. Good stuff to DXP, but even better stuff to Priest as they kill off the Strider and take the first game. I'm gonna have to hop off for the evening, but I hope that y'all have a blessed and beautiful night, Marvel, and may hop back in later. Ciao, y'all.
Thank you, Aces Sarah. Are we supposed to believe Priest is really past his prime with the way he's playing tonight? But this time, DXP going to get this optimal extension, builds the bar he needs for the finisher, and goes for an interesting snap position. Ah. The tall M.O.D.O.K unable to escape from this relentless pressure. Well, until it drops, but... And Sword so close to dealing with this M.O.D.O.K, health falling away. The presence of the shield, just enough to keep him alive, at least initially. Helm Breaker, X-Factor for the consistency OTG. Now one more mix, this time Doom on his lonesome, getting the throw. Priest going to start his own X-Factor comeback here. What's the mix? 2 missiles, goes for the meaty. EXP swinging out and getting a great confirm. Building 2 bars, he is just short potentially of a kill, goes for a reset. Relying on the powerful options from Vajra to set up so many mixes and keep himself safe, but Priest sneaking back in there. Feels his hit stun is going to fail and just lets it go back to neutral. And trying to snipe the Strider and get a little bit more damage on Doom. Finds the hit at the butter gun. Priest still high on his meter count. Gets up meterless. Okay, needs to kill Strider before he gets any space. Ouroboros is such a threat at this lower life title. Finds this hit. Going to the corner. Will a level 3 kill? I betcha it will. And Priest going to put another one on the board against the terrifying DXP. DXP once again starting the offense, taking himself to 0 bars as is usual. Priest finally getting the opportunity to head to the air and immediately getting almost caught by another Strider hit. Magneto hanging on by a little, finding a small hit. And wow, DXP turning on a dime, almost gets a full punish on that Doom Snap. And the Vajra, too much to deal with. This legendary Doom going down early. Oh, DXP choosing the Magneto over that problematic Doom. Let's see what M.O.D.O.K can do to change this circumstance. The DXP spends his X-Factor, but actually not able to confirm on the weird shape. And this throw punish. M.O.D.O.K, more than perfect a character to just burn this X-Factor time with the longer combos he likes to use. Going to get the missiles extension here. Gets for another loop. Has access to Battering Ram. I think 2 will just be enough, or Spear Flame, another great option. What's the mix? Going to jail in the air, missiles, just a little short of the pickup, but finds this throw, and his meter is perfectly fine. Oh, unable to get the slightly unorthodox Battering Ram confirmation, and this is the first time that Priest wastes his X-Factor. DXP taking full notice of this, going for this optimal punish. Respects the mix, but DXP layering it properly, finds another quick hit, and this time staying on the board. He doesn't want to go out so fast. Priest trying to get to the sky much faster, but once again, DXP checking this character down to the ground. And with this incredibly optimal punish, it's the full extension of the Vajra, a little bit more missiles. It's going to build 1 bar. Just short of the optimal kill, off of an almost 0 meter circumstance. DXP not playing around. Shockwave to punish the assist. And Battering Ram almost able to get the OTG, but gets a nice little raw launcher punish. Oh, the roll reset check caught by that Vajra call from DXP. And Doom firing back in turn. Magneto immediately almost getting caught by Vajra, relying on the X-Factor, but DXP counter X-Factors. It is all down to this legendary Doom. Put in so much right now. Can it do it one more time? DXP says no. And a devastating showing of Vergil and X-Factor. Priest lingers on the last bit of health, but DXP closing it out, putting us to a 2-2 situation. And Vajra once again almost completely snuffing out the Magneto's ability to throw these blasts. This time the throw coming in clutch. Missile adjustment perfectly executed. Priest finding this hit. As well as the M.O.D.O.K for a quick little extension here. And hitting on the top of the beam means he gets this OTG extend. Going to use Hyper Grab. Sets up the jam. Oh, no goes to regular bomb and has the kill. what a great check of the options. Magneto almost able to punish with those missiles, but finding both characters. Oh, Dixby jumps cancels too high. Priest gets another huge chance in this last set. Missile's going to back up Magneto here, but Strider choosing to orb and pressuring Magneto to death. As less than half, M.O.D.O.K, a character who cannot escape from this orb pressure. Going to use Killer Illumination to stay invulnerable, and then straight into Photon Array. But Strider finding the little pocket. Just a second too late on this punish from Doom gives one more chance. But Doom, the chip just adding up, but he finds the hit on both characters. Priest biding his time and still managing to come out ahead under so much duress. And in an amazing situation, Priest finding the final kill to move ahead in winners. Straight at it, this is an intense style between Yullizhez, who pretty much relies solely on the hyper-aggression of Zero, and Romora, who switches on the turn of a dime between defense and offense. But also tends to be more of an aerial style Zero when it best fits him. Specifically with missiles, giving you a lot of ability to just fly through the air at very low risk to punish. But this time, Jam Session doing a wonderful job of catching this aerial Romora. Almost getting the confirm he wanted on Doom. Romora just trying to get anything like these hits on the assist for Dante. But Yullizhez reliably closing the door at any point in time until his Alpha counter. I don't think he meant to get that. Giving Romora the punish he needs on a viable assist for this team. Yullizhez getting out for almost no risk here. But backed only with Zero in Vergil. Romora has a lot of opportunities to just punish that assist call. Yullizhez has to be a lot more considerate about how he's protecting things now. This is the circumstance where you see Doom getting a lot more out of Rapid Slash than potentially Zero does. But wow, Yullizhez doing just what he needs to repel the most classic and most scary DHC route usually used. And smart find, X Factor, but Yullizhez opting for the option that Romora already reads, but no good. And Yullizhez going to take the first one, sniping both character and assist in one go. Yullizhez almost immediately getting another snipe of his Jam Session. Romora moving back and finding a quick little lightning. Just barely unable to get the full confirm, but half health and missiles coming down. Yullizhez just dropping it in the corner, giving Romora one more chance to set up this pressure. And missiles end both characters. You pulling up the Sugemmu. That plasma crashing in the middle as both assists are called. Really reliably just staying ahead of Romora in every situation. With a quick punish here. Really, is he going to let Romora run his Vergil, or are we seeing the snap? Gonna play it through? Oh no, goes for both the kill route and the snap. Barbie damned. Yullizhez finding an unexpected hit on this Vergil. Has X Factor if he needs it. And in short order, dealing with Romora's comeback character. Putting it all in this half-health Doom. Romora, relying on the X-Factor Photon, gets himself out, but immediately gets thrown. Vergil, can he pick up? Just too close to the center. Photon Array, just going to clear the screen and hold down the Sugemu. Goes for another one, catching enough damage. More taking the first character of Yuli. Can this Doom go the distance? The solo Doom comeback possible with so little health remaining. Almost confirms the hit. Acid Rain gets both hits. Little by little, Romora hasn't given up yet. But Dive gets his pick up. There is 19 seconds left on the clock. Romora needs to get full kills. Life lead is not possible to be reclaimed. Hope he's mashing for his life. That might not even kill. Tries to chip with the Photon, gets caught in the dead zone. And Yuli going up one more.
Is that really all you got?
Romora getting one last chance. To turn this around as Yuli has been just winning all of these neutral situations in the 0x0 action. Respecting the missiles, positioning his jam sessions immaculately to catch the airborne style of Romora. But this time Romora getting the hit and so optimally building up this damage and positioning himself with a mix. Okay, what's the mix? Stay close to the corner, goes into the... Oh, stray, fake the overhead, went for a throw, but forced both players to X-Factor here to keep this consistency going and not get punished. Wow. Romora layering so many options that even the raw tag wasn't safe. Yuli, both players now out of X-Factor. Chip, a huge factor. Romora just has so much health to work with. Devil Must Die, a tiny body, that is correct. Despite his height, Zero has an amazingly stubby body. High profiling, the Devil Must Die. Romora is on the board. Okay, Yuli taking another quick minute and going back to character select.
Wonderland. The fight is on. Go for broke. Fight.
Full respect, Yuli now putting on a little bit more breaks than he's used to. And immediately checking Romora's airborne movement. Gets the X-Factor extension, would rather have the Zero than the X-Tier. Really showing a strong execution of knowing his risks and realizing that if Romora isn't stopped immediately, even he can be overrun quite quickly. And will we see both the Sogemu and the Snap, or just one? It's for both again. Really incredibly confident in his ability to kill these characters in one touch. And dozens of men spiking the bar. Romora getting a decent escape. Bringing him in one more time. Okay, Slash successfully hidden, and Romora is able almost to start something. Swords up again. Speed in Romora's favor here. Missiles almost giving Vergil the runway he needs to start the offense. He's really just holding on until his assist gets it. High time, high time, high time. This might be a very dead Dante now. Romora has access to plenty of chip. Doesn't need a single confirm when missiles and swords are available like this. Ooh. Last little part, whiffing because of height adjustment. Missiles, such a problem when you have this little health. Gets the throw. Can he extend with the rapid? There we go. Vergil dispatched. Pixel Dante putting up an amazing fight. And Romora down to his doom, finding the hit. Can he build the bar to kill this Vergil? Looking close. Goes for the extension. One bar. Reset, blocked successfully by Yuli. Swords up. Is going back to his favor. Did he call the assist? He didn't. Yuli giving Romora the respect and not throwing Dante out too recklessly. Romora playing like a castle here. Putting up his fortifications and just finding the littlest of snipes he needs. Yuli may not have the bar to kill. It just builds it. Puts it all in the swords. Washing machine. And one more. In an amazingly close last set. Yuli knocking Romora to lower bracket. Just in time, Wolf.
What's up, Tim? What's up, chat? How is everybody doing tonight?
I think people are doing...
I'm just really excited to be here. You know, Marvel is like having a beer when it's very, very hot in the summer. It's just relaxing.
With lime, I assume?
Yeah, with or without, you know. In Mexico, it's really funny, the lime with Corona thing. Because we used to do it because Corona just kind of tastes like shit on its own. So it was just like a way to buff up the beer. Because beer's beer, you know. So we started doing that, and then Corona noticed, like, oh, our product's shit, but people like it with lime. So they started adding the limes to their commercials. So I thought that was pretty smart. Just like Artiztikk's raw tag here. Very, very good. And Artiztikk prides himself in his Dr. Doom. He says it's the best Dr. Doom, and sometimes even keeps it in matchups that he wouldn't normally play it. Goes for the Springfield right here, and Memes just tags in with the Vergil, going for those spiral swords. Let's see what happens. Bought the happy boo-boo into the Rage Quit 1-0, and it feels like I barely left, you know, Tim. It feels like Marvel hasn't changed a single bit in these couple of months.
And, I mean, Memes... I think that the point went to the wrong side, considering Memes just swapped his team to 0.
Yeah, I think that's a 1-0 for Art. But, you know, I wouldn't blame production. Every Zero Doom Vergil, every Doom Vergil, you know, plays a certain way, and Soko has definitely patented a style. But out of all of them, I think Artiztikk is the one I enjoy playing the most against, because he comes up with a lot of new adaptations. He's a man of perfection. And he's a man I like to support because he has told me, all the money I win at tournaments, I spend it for the cause. Now, what is the cause? He spends it on Yu-Gi-Oh! So, if you don't beat Artiztikk in bracket, you're getting the world more cardboard, more shiny cardboard. And Memes is just trying to prevent that. Let's see what happens here. Oh, the 0 gets clipped. And tell me, if you play a point character and it's twice that it hasn't worked out, what are you looking for, Tim, as an adaptation now?
I think, unfortunately, this is a thing between Memes and himself. Is what we've seen Memes really succeed in the bracket is that he just runs the clock against the enemy. He's not afraid to, you know, hold the side corner and just push pressure and safe options. But, I mean, Art is famously good at just not committing to one game style, and he can get in your head because you think you've downloaded him, but there's just nothing to touch.
Absolutely. And I think that this needs to go into Memes' head right now, because when you're a very defensive, very calculated player, and you play a player like Art, who's also very defensive and very calculated, but has just that oppressive neutral with the Strider assist and the middle of the screen teabags, you have to get in their head. Against players that are known for keeping it cool, you have to make them lose their stuff, like go for a super hard read, or just do something really, really scrubby to throw them out of their game. And I think the psychological aspect of Marvel is really underexplored. And I think that Art, that's his main weakness as a player. If you manage to trigger him, he'll start doing things incorrectly. So if I was Memes, I would turn it up a notch and go for a more aggro game plan right here, definitely.
To make a Yu-Gi-Oh reference, sometimes you just have to break the Solemn Lock by throwing something away.
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes it's your own sanity. And the offense has been working well here for Memes, but Art's Doom, which he prides himself to be very good, that was actually optimal. The case for best Doom is actually looking great here for Art. Throws the San Diego Zoo. Doesn't kill either, though, so very spooky.
I'm the man who put Legion sucks on a shirt. I do believe it, and I am always confirmed.
Yeah, Legion's a pretty bad super. If only it was the only... If only Strider's moveset was as bad as Legion, but it really isn't. This character just gets to swing at everywhere. And now Anchor Zero, definitely very scary, but Memes does have to land. Now I think you activate Sogenmu and just go in. You have to be very, very aggressive. You can Sogenmu kill Strider from full screen. That's what Memes does. And now there's a true fitty-fitty. Oh, gets the mix. That was really, really good for Memes. Zero's such a scary anchor. Let's see what happens here. Drops it and gives Art's Doom a chance to move, but gets the hit and doesn't confirm after all. This is so chaotic, but the raw lightning right there just manages to seal the deal, putting Memes on the board, and the bags of tea are everywhere. This is looking like American history right now.
Going for the DXP strategy, just going bankrupt at the start of the round. Let's see if it works for Art.
Ooh, and Art is, you know, adapting on the fly, but you can tell that once you get into Art's head, he kind of starts playing more aggressive, and a lot of characters, especially Zero, can capitalize off that, but Art was so ready with the reset. And now just showing us the tech right here with the Doom, though. Oh my goodness. Gets the missile into the Springfield, then the swords, just set up the lockdown. You don't even have to get the hit if you get the kill. That's crazy. And now Vergil has to deal with set play, round trip. Oh, very, very smooth from Artiztikk. This is a classic Artiztikk game here against MemesMayCry. Let's see what happens. Is this going to be enough? It should be. It goes for the side switch to get multiple hits. And this is a quick 3-1. I wasn't expecting matches to go by this fast, but it seems that everybody has been in the hyperbolic time chamber in my absence.
Speaking of hyperbolic time chamber, we got Paradiggm and Living Legend. These two have leveled up quite a lot throughout this year.
I believe it. Paradiggm is one of my close friends from more than 10 years ago, and that shares the same brain cell all of us Haggar players play. I'd give a Haggar Doombeam a try. Let's see what happens, though. Because if you make one mistake, this is Living Legend after all, and this Chris is looking real Metal Gear Solid at the moment. Gonna snap the Phoenix, go for the chip out, and tries to escape with an air dash. Phoenix just gets melted, and now you play the same game you were gonna play anyway. Living Legend understands that you have to be very, very aggressive in this matchup, Tim, so it's looking like a 1-0 right here, unless Magneto pulls off a miracle, which he can do. It's just a very strong character after all.
Given a lot of respect, considering this is generally considered one of Chris's worst matchups.
Shockwave and Prey, I appreciate it. Oh, and goes for the gravity squeeze. Why complicate things? This is what I love about Paradiggm. Just basic and lethal. Much like getting your head hit with a baseball bat, it doesn't matter if it's not very scientific, it'll do damage. And Paradiggm goes for the tri-dash right there. Okay, Goes for the shockwave. This is not going to kill, but puts a chip option. And I wonder if Paradiggm smells the raw tag, tries to bait it, and then just the jab anti-air, and suddenly things are even. Let's see what happens here. Tries to chase after Living Legend. Living Legend goes for the chip. And this is still positive. Goes for the Raging Demon. Oh my goodness, that was nasty. That push block was very, very risky from Diggum. And this is why you don't push block. This is why you just hold it right there and jump right after. Because you know that Akuma players are always looking for the Raging Demon, Tim. Or what do you think?
Yeah, specifically Legend. It's become his trademark that he will somehow find a way to sneak it into almost every set.
Oh my goodness, and Mag just gets intercepted right there. Gets Texas barbecued. Speaking of Texas barbecue, one of my great MvC3 mentors, Jan, just got married, so hopefully he's doing well. Everybody send good vibes to Jan. And I don't know, part of me just wants to go to Bucky's, but Living Legend is bringing Bucky's to the table at the moment. Let's see what happens here. This should be a dead Magneto. However, Diggum quite close to those meters, and Living Legend was very aware. Gonna block this time. Knows the chip is not enough, but then just forgets to block. Very interesting stuff.
You're so afraid that somehow he's going to find a way to make a bad matchup good, I feel is a big factor that comes in with Living Legend when you play him.
I feel that when you fight Chris Redfield, you have to remember that it doesn't matter who's using him. You just abuse Chris Redfield. And it seems that Paradiggm is giving like too much respect. Maybe there's some previous history between these two. Ooh, that could be a punish right there, and no, doesn't quite get it. Are we gonna look at the shockwave into level 3 again? It's looking quite doable, but we might also see a DHC. Yep, gonna go for the super into the Siempre Pega, but the Mag Blast just keeps it honest and goes for the raw tag. No punish there from Diggum, Tim.
Relying on the fact that he's got a little health and playing at this defensive range, but I mean, you're sitting on 5 bars. I'd like to see at least one shockwave DHC.
Who goes for the Siempre Pega again into the chip, and now this is very doable for Haggar because Wesker does have to approach, but you might need to blow the X Factor right here, and there he goes. Oh my goodness. Call me crazy, but this could really be a 1-1. If I was Living Legend right here, I would just swing on incoming. Why not? Oh my goodness, this is why. Haggar players thrive off respect. What's Akuma gonna do? Oh, just goes for the meaty. Okay, super to escape right after. X Factor keeping the vibes honest. And if you're a chat here, you get the punish, definitely, right? Gonna demon flip out? No! Paradiggm just scheming. Oh, I see a lot of up backs, but Living Legend fights it out carefully, and this is up 2-0. Haggar has put in so much work. I wonder, why wouldn't you go for the Haggar Doombeam combination? There we go, yeah, point Haggar.
Dorm, I think, is a huge tool also, because Chris cannot deal with Liberation in the air.
Absolutely.
That's the team.
I understand why Dorm is uncomfortable for Paradiggm, because Wesker really vibe checks Dorm with Gunshot. But you can just steamroll with Haggar, and he's been getting in. It's not like Living Legend has been playing a defensive game. There you go. You just corner Chris, wait it out patiently, and he really has no escape. He has to fight, and the Doombeam just gets you in. Oh, but you can't be forgiving a player like Legend, though. So things are going to get hectic at the moment. Okay, goes for the snap. Doesn't want to deal with Akuma. Oh, and that very, very late Lariat hit. How are you feeling about this adaptation now, Tim?
I think everything we pointed out is perfectly being executed here. The beam gives you a lot more coverage range, and Dormammu means that Chris becomes trivial.
Oh, he tried to go for the greedy. Okay. Chip out right there. Gonna maybe tag in Wesker. No, that's Lariatable. But goes for the alpha counter. Very interesting. And X Factors on the Dorm. Paradiggm being a little too forgiving here against Legend, and it's showing. But I do like Doom Anchor a lot too here for Diggum. Haggar is going to need to commit as well. You might get chipped by Gunshot, but it's okay. Tags in the Doom. Interesting. Okay, very patient game. Tim, this could really go either way because of X Factor. But oh, nice catch right there from Living Legend.
Snap doesn't want this character to live? Okay. Afraid of the Lariat assist.
Oh my goodness. And that was nasty. Went for the side switch so the feet could not div. and then, you know, 3-0. But I think Paradigm just went in with the wrong game plan, you know? Looking like the 49. Sykilik is someone's grandma knitting sweaters and baking cookies. When Artiztikk says something, it's pretty heavy stuff. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but he told me this, and I believe him, because I've seen what he's capable of. But Artiztikk once told me that he invented going to Raising Cane's and switching your coleslaw for Texas toast. So one time I went to Raising Cane's, and I said, hey, I'm going to have the Artiztikk. And they gave it to me. I couldn't believe it. It was the one right by his house too. So if this man says something, it is to be believed. Speaking of saying something, Yuli making constant statements week after week here in Marvel. Just showing up on stream, always getting top 3 at least. I don't know how this man does it.
I don't know how he doesn't travel. He's very terrifying.
Well, he travels. He's come to Guadalajara, where I live. He came last year for our event. We fought in bracket. It was a good match. It was right after Festival of Fights, too. I was bodied. My flight got canceled from LA, and I got back, and I had to play a match as soon as I got off the plane. It was crazy. But yeah, Yuli is an insane player, and you know, if traveling to the US was a bit easier, I'm sure we would see him everywhere. Yuli's an insane player and a really, really nice guy. However, Priest is a top 8 Evo placer, and he's won many events. So this should be a very back and forth match. And Priest was starting the match losing, but just recovered. And you can tell that the M.O.D.O.K is on another level. Oh my goodness, the bait for the X Factor, that was beautiful. And this should be a dead Vergil unless we see an online Christmas miracle right here, Tim.
That was so dirty. He's just layering the problems.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, this is how it starts, Tim.
Big body character, easily thrown.
And, you know, Yuli's from the same place that Fruitsy is in Mexico City. So M.O.D.O.K is definitely one of those characters that will not catch him slipping. I think both of these players are very familiar with each other's characters, and it just makes me really happy to see, because once there are no matchup unknowns, you truly get to see the highest level, and I think that both Priest and Yuli do play these matchups at the highest level. Priest just looking for an opportunity here, knows the time is on his side, 11 seconds on the clock. Yuli just trying to get chip, gets the hit on M.O.D.O.K. Oh my goodness, but gets scooped right after. Does he reach? Yes, he does, and Priest is doomed. But the drop right there could be crucial. Goes for the swords instead of the devil trigger. Very, very interesting, and just gonna go for the healing here, but Priest goes for the chip at the last second and loses. What a match. What a match. 1-0 for Yuli, bringing it all the way back.
What's most impressive is Priest Magneto just always manages to avoid all of the pillar.
I think Priest is one of the scariest Magnetos I've ever fought, if not the scariest, I dare say. And I fought many, many good Magnetos, but there's something about the way Priest moves that's like very aware of where he has to be and where he has to go. He's not just moving because he can, he's moving with purpose. And I think that that's so important. But what can purpose do against a robot that just floods the screen everywhere? Like, what's the escape option right here? I'm trying to go for the chip out. I wonder if Priest goes for a DHC, and the Buster plays perfectly. And I'm telling you, Yuli really understands these matchups and knows how to chase down after M.O.D.O.K, knows the angles, knows the moves he needs to throw out, and it's looking good.
That Priest just so fast on the M.O.D.O.K dashes and the high-lows, and he just keeps layering these mixes.
That's the unblockable reset. You kind of have to mash there to go for a trade, because if you let it be a throw situation, you land into the Kids' Choice Awards, and then it just gets pretty crazy.
The Slime Time Live.
Absolutely. You know, I was very mad at a very particular edition of the Kids' Choice Awards when I was a kid, because it was the year that Mario Party 4 came out, and I was so good at that game. and half the like challenges people did on stage was playing Mario Party 4, and they were all so ass. So I felt robbed of my Kids' Choice Award because I was born in the wrong country. Speaking of being born in the wrong country, though, that is not an impediment right now for Yuli, as he is putting on the pressure here against the M.O.D.O.K, trying to go for that chip out. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Activates Devil Trigger again. Missiles, goes for the mix. M.O.D.O.K's out of the picture. And now Doom needs to survive this right here. But Yuli just goes for a very passive mix-up. And suddenly, this is the most honest Marvel matchup I know. Oh my goodness, Tim. I think this matchup, whoever runs out of meter first loses.
Wow. Point blank to the ground. Priest taking a huge risk, and it pays off.
It's looking like a 1-1 scenario right now. This is very back and forth. I think both of these players are incredibly talented and incredibly skilled, and it's showing in their gameplay. Every match has been down to the wire.
I think all this play against Romora has made Yuli very good at evading in the air, though.
Ooh, nice there, guessing the TAC correctly. Speaking of guessing, I'm gonna make a bold prediction for the rest of this year's cinematographic universe. And I dare say that humanity will solve all of its conflicts after Despicable Me 4, Deadpool 3, and Sonic 3 come out this year. It's gonna be the best year for cinema ever. Press 1 if you can't wait for Grunier. About Keanu Reeves being Shadow the Hedgehog?
Mm-hmm.
Have you realized how insane the Sonic movie casting is? It's Keanu Reeves as Shadow, Idris Elba as Knuckles, James Marsden as Sonic's dad, Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman. If you pitched this cast in the 90s, they wouldn't even have a budget for it. It's insane. So I'm pretty hyped, and I'm also pretty hyped that this one's looking down to the wire too. Priest still has the X Factor. Let's see here, Tim. Oh my goodness, you see the vibe check right there? Goes for the reset though. Priest a little bit too greedy, tried to get extra damage in order to not spend the X, and does get the grab right here. I wonder if it'll kill Yuli, and no reset this time. Goes for the X instead, and now just keeping it simple right here. What an extension, but the tag from Yuli, it was very, very good. And suddenly, Mag is in trouble, gets clapped by the round trip. Oh my goodness, Priest is in a little bit of trouble at the moment. Can Yuli finish the combo?
Unfortunately, when you're a very talented Magneto, I think you always have trouble. You have to fight your inner Milky, because once you can do the ridiculous stuff of Magneto, you sometimes feel like you should.
True. I think my Magneto inspiration is definitely Takumi, because he managed to make Magneto look as boring as Nova every single match. And that's why I respect Takumi. He was just so intelligent with it. Just very systematic. He really fought his urge to be chaotic. And speaking of chaos, Yuli did not fight it right there as Priest goes up 2-1.
So we got an announcement. Sykilik eliminated Paradigm off stream. Can we call him a killer yet?
I've been calling him a killer, you know. Sykilik likes this humble brag thing, you know, like, oh, I'm just a dude who makes incredible cookies and is a great friend. But no, he's a scary Marvel player. I've told him this many times before. I never want to see him in bracket. And apparently Paradigm didn't want to see him in bracket either because he just lost. And Sykilik is putting on a hell of a showing tonight. These two players are also putting in a hell of a showing as well. Priest has been so calculated, but this is the first time that Zero is really putting the work in, and that's such a tricky mix to block. Now M.O.D.O.K is going to have to deal with this full combo, and unless Yuli drops it, this could be curtains for this game. This might be the first blow-up ever.
Weird body saving him once again. But only for so long.
Are you really safe from Zero? Oh my goodness. That was great defense from Priest. And let me tell you, if you use Dr. Doom and you are Priest, I never count you out. I've seen Priest's Doom do the most ridiculous comebacks on some of the greatest players in the world, so I definitely don't put it past him to make this comeback. However, getting scooped by Zero is spooky, and this might be the one chance Priest has with the drop, but no, and now things are getting chaotic, and Yuli's deciding to go for the more defensive game plan. Oh my goodness. Still in it. Combos are optional at this point, honestly, is Yuli's mentality right here. 2-2. Oh my goodness, Tim. Who do you like for this last match? Oh, it seems that Priest is looking good. Do you guys want to know how Sykilik trains? He puts on Guitar Hero 3, mutes his CRT monitor, and then just presses every key of every color over and over, and somehow it's the Deadpool BMB to the rhythm of Rock Lobster. That's how Sykilik trains. Speaking of training, though, no amount of training can train you for Parsec, and that drop is putting Priest in a very bad scenario as Doom and Mag get boo-booed. Definitely M.O.D.O.K's a comeback character, but you have to be so careful. And now Yuli all of a sudden bringing it back, trying to force chaos right here. M.O.D.O.K tries to go for the Mike Pence super, not good enough. And Yuli just going for the Siempre Pega with Vergil. Just gonna time out that X Factor. Oh my goodness. Things are about to get really hectic. M.O.D.O.K could bring it all the way back. Definitely the character that can do it, but Yuli's not gonna try to do anything and just goes head on into M.O.D.O.K with the Psycho Crusher right here. Oh, and this could be bad. Priest is in trouble. He's down but not out. Goes for the chase down. Yuli's just looking to fight it out of the corner, and Priest is just Pythagoras at the moment, just drawing triangles all over the screen. Gets the catch, and this should be a dead Dante. Definitely not over. Definitely not over. Are we gonna see the... You know what Ram Bam's nickname in SoCal is? It's Hyper Battering Ram, after he beat some old lady on stream, and that's what that super is called too. There's a loop with it. Oh my goodness. Yuli might be throwing this one away. Priest is gonna go for the Hyper Battering Ram loop once more. Oh my goodness, goes for the reset. One more. So Genmu right there. Oh no. This is literally a coin flip right now. But I'm telling you, you can never discount Priest's M.O.D.O.K. It's a terrifying character, and Priest is a terrifying player. However, these baby busters right here, so Genmu activated all the flight right there. Trying to go for the chip out. Oh my goodness, this could go either way. I'm sensing a butt slam somewhere in someone's future. Yuli's trying to ice Priest out, just barely pixel, and Yuli makes it. Oh my goodness, what an incredible set. Yuli clutches it out, but Priest put up a hell of a fight tonight. Oh my goodness. Actually insane. Actually insane match, Tim. I don't even know how I feel right now. I'm confused. My brain hurts. No, I'm here being better than a billionaire. I'm here being a Marvel player. The special day will be next time I meet TA Wolf. It'll be soon, Aeonian. It'll be soon. Especially now that I found that I have long-lost Canadian family, it's only a matter of time to visit them. As Art and Living Legend just go straight into it. No breaks from either of these players. And if the Haggar Chris matchup is rough, the Vergil Chris matchup feels abysmal. So I want to see what kind of magic Living Legend brings to the table.
This is all Legend. Like, he somehow manages to find the places to swing and throw when nothing goes his way situationally.
Absolutely. And oh, that was a spooky Akuma call. Goes for the Siempre Pega. The Springfield to the night and barely dodges the first hit. That was a very interesting pattern. And Art just fighting it out with his Doom, though. Because he does say it. I am the Dr. Doom master. There is no Dr. Doom better than me. And he's backed it up on stream every single time. So Artiztikk looking mad clean at the moment. Tagging in the Vergil. Gonna go for the mix here. Side switch to make it very spooky. And oh, the feint right there. Did you notice how there was no mix? He was just thriving off Living Legends Fear and the backdash as well. Artiztikk is on some other stuff tonight.
Akuma getting hit bad. High time? It's one more, I think. We should have just high time Dimension Slash for that last pickup, but gets it again.
I think Artiztikk might win. The way he's playing, he might win the whole tournament. This is like really, really convincing stuff. But there's a lot of killers in the bracket. Anything could really happen. And oh, the rare throw into Plasma Beam. You hate to see it happen. And I was having this debate the other day with some of my friends. They were like, is it really skill when Vajra wins neutral for you? And they were like, how can you call that smart, right? Because you just press a button and it wins neutral. But then how can you not pick that then if you're so intelligent?
I think the downside is now just how much Strider is well known by most of the players. You really got to play hard or have 3 bars and X Factor to expect to win the character.
Absolutely. And Art loses Doom, but gets the hit on Chris right here. Oh my goodness. Tim, this could really go either way. Oh my goodness, what a catch. The last second.
Goes.
That was an office tag if I've ever seen one. Speaking of the office, guys, I don't know if you guys have had the pleasure of watching Meteors and Ass play. Press 1 if you have. Press 2 if you have not. I have a very good story about this. I see a couple of
That was
ones.
dirty.
So, are you familiar with who Bo Burnham is, Tim?
Yes.
You know how he has a special where he just did everything in his room? And his room looks like 35 different places? Every time I've visited Meteors' an ass house, it's like I'm in an entirely new dimension. And like you can go one day and then go the next day and it's not the same place. I don't understand how that works. But clearly, that chaotic environment in which most of the SoCal guys practice has molded Art into a very adaptive player. So even in unpredictable circumstances, he has thrived. And this is what's giving him the edge here against Living Legend. He's just ready for everything. I have an entire Google Photos compilation of the times I've been to Eric's house, and it's entirely a different place. Press 1 if you've seen my Google Photos compilation, and subscribe if you want to see it. I'll offer it as an incentive for tonight. Actually crazy. Speaking of crazy though, Art going for a very risky rapid slash, but it pays off. It wins the neutral. Let's see what happens here.
This is where Art just comes in so strong. Is if you tell somebody, okay, kill Art's strongest character first, you just look at the wall and say, what? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's very rough, especially with Legends team. I think the matchup on paper hasn't benefited. No X Factor even. Now Chris has to bring the comeback. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. The Kame House is a beautiful environment. Yeah, that's the official name now. And yeah, Artiztikk showing why if you can play at Eric's house, you can play at X Factory number 64 and perform. That was crazy. As Art advances into the winners finals.
Have you seen Priest's new name?
Past my prime. I don't buy it. I want to see the main chicken. Oh my goodness, and DXB gets the hit at the very beginning, but drops it as Romora escapes. Did you know, Tim, that I have never met a human being with as many Starbucks points as DXB?
I think this is completely accurate. I definitely ran into him at TNS, somewhere near the Starbucks.
Let me tell you something. I think he has so many Starbucks points that he can just go to like a random city in Milwaukee and exchange his points for at least 4 Starbucks establishments. Like, just becomes the owner outright. I think that's what he's saving them for. Like one time he's like, how many Starbucks rewards do you have? And I'm like, oh, I don't go to Starbucks. And he's like, oh, so you're not rich? And then he showed me his Starbucks points. And he was Starbucks rich. Crazy. However, no amount of Starbucks points can save you from Romora's pressure right here. As Strider goes out, it's a Vergil Doom versus Vergil Doom scenario. And the blistering sword's actually putting in a lot of work. I've liked this new adaptation from Vergil players. They ignored that super for the longest time, and now they're just doing great.
You get like instant overheads and like defensive pickups with it. It's pretty insane.
And yeah, it's just so nutty. As we see the blistering swords again, and another pickup and another combo. Oh, and the helms have been broken, and Romora puts up 1-0. He wanted to hit 10k points. 10k points, you get your own Starbucks, I think. I think that's the goal. I would like to see from DXP a little bit more offense and a little bit more assist sniping. Because I do think that is one of the areas that Romora can work on. That he just kind of calls assist point blank. Just like there. But in this case, Romora was ready for the scramble. And we might be looking at a 2-0 scenario right now. If things go Romora's way, if there are no drops. But there is a drop right there. And the Siempre Pega is right there. But the banana boat in retaliation builds a lot of meter. And now Strider definitely can make this comeback. Oh, especially there. But DXP drops. And now chaos is about to ensue. But the YOLO Boros get denied because of the little baby buster right there. And things are going to get a little bit hectic. Oh my goodness. Is this Spider-Man 4 featuring Zendaya's boyfriend? Oh my goodness, Tim. This could go either way in so many hits, but Romora managed to just not make them convert at all.
Good presence on the block. Going to use photons to slow this Strider down just a little. Almost gets the confirm.
Oh my goodness. Yep, the assist sniping, and that was the deepest helm breaker of all time. And the tyroniest missile I've ever seen in my entire life, too. 2-0 lead for Romora.
I know, Romora's a Tony Kila fan, even has his fan club shirt.
I can see that. You can definitely see the influence.
Strong DXP round already.
DXP is a master of that missiles extension. If there's something I applaud about DXP's contribution to the community is that you can be like, I don't know, Joni Donuts 25, this is your first time appearing ever, and you can walk up to DXP and be like, hey, kid, I need optimal combo. And DXP will record like 25 optimal combos for your team. Very, very knowledgeable guy, and you can definitely tell in the way that he optimizes his combos and punishes to the most extreme level. But speaking of optimization, Vergil here with the punish, and oh my goodness, that was definitely a spooky scenario for both of these players. Himbo Slice. Shoutouts to Werewolf Boy as well. He invented that extension. I believe it. Werewolf Boy, a big UMvC3 labber, a big Yu-Gi-Oh player too. He's taught me a lot about both games, just from the videos he posts and our conversations. So definitely shoutouts to everybody that's putting things for the Marvel scene. And shoutouts to Remy Martin. Remy is a very impressive player because even after 13 years, he manages to be a very subpar player. But I love Remy. Wherever he is, I hope he's doing great.
Well, Romora fighting very well under this X-Factor pressure from DXP.
Oh my goodness. I think DXP has this one in the bag. This matchup is definitely eagle, 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 run, eagle, eagle, run. It's very hard for Doom to get it in. You have to be a very particular type of Doom. Can somebody clip that and send it to Remy? I just want him to know that I would never talk behind his back. I would say everything I feel about Remy to his face. Speaking of saying things to the face, DXP with the pressure right here. And I'm telling you, Romora really likes those assists on the defense. They've been paying off, but I wonder for how long is it gonna go unpunished? Like the Doctor Strange trailer, I don't know if you guys remember, but it went like, "Oh, your sins will not go unpunished" or something crazy like that. I don't remember the exact line, but I remember the word unpunished being in that trailer. Speaking of punishment, though, DXP really taking it in the back, but the defense looking great. Ooh. Shout outs to Chow Mein. Shout outs to Dima and Friday. I hope I did not say that incorrectly. If I did, excuse me.
I think DXP is going for another bankrupt.
Who's bankrupt?
DXP. He loves to go to 0 bars exactly at any point in time.
That's because he's optimal. He knows he can just build them again. Romora's Vergil tagging in. Swords up though. But it manages to hit and oh. You know what this means, team.
Satan is unleashed.
Yep.
The end of days is errant.
There it is.
Certainly the end of Dave's at the moment.
That's true. Oh, you know the XP wanted to grab there, and Romora might have it in the bag unless we see a drop. Yep, 3-1, and that's what happens when you don't tighten up your strings. You don't go for that medium Vergil. I would never not meaty Vergil ever. Tim and Wolf, I'm begging you, just roast me the whole to the extreme. It's very, very hard to beat a player like Memes when he's on his game. Oh my goodness, but Sykilik starting with the craziness. Goes for the TAC. Okay, not gonna go for the infinite, I think. Just gonna go for the optimization station. I agree. I don't know if this is gonna be enough.
Just short.
Oh, and punishes the office tag. That's the I know you're from California knowledge right there. In the mix from Sykilik 101. Oh my goodness. Just bringing out every trick in the bag at the moment. Sykilik is looking nasty here.
Thank you, Fetus, for gifting a sub to Aeonian.
Shout outs to Fetus. Fetus has gifted more subs than anybody else I know in the planet. And that's just very, very beautiful because it means that Fetus supports Marvel like no one else does. And speaking of doing things like no one else, Sykilik with a steamroll right here on Memes, I don't think anybody could have predicted that. Goes into the Deadpool windscreen and a perfect? That has to be intentional, right?
God Gamer alert! God Gamer detected!
See, whenever Deadpool is on screen, Nick Bad's sure to follow. Except for Xeno.
Did we just summon Nick Bad accidentally? Like saying Bloody Mary in front of the mirror 3 times?
No, but I did definitely Mad Max drive home because I saw there was a Deadpool on screen.
Absolutely.
Even that terrible intersection right near your house?
Yes.
Damn.
You know, Florida drivers remind me a lot of Mexican drivers. I don't want to drive near them. California drivers are just like... They're also crazy, but they spend so much of their time in traffic that they're not scary. So, I'd rather deal with California driver than Florida driver, I'd say.
What about a this type of Morrigan? Because Memes has set up the game and Sykilik is forced to attend.
It's looking rough. It's looking rough. You can't let the Morrigan going. You know, Memes has a lot of Strider experience too. The other day, Sykilik was telling me, I want my Strider to be scary. And I was like, all you have to do for Strider to be scary is just pick him in character select, you know? So I think he already has that part done. I don't want to see any part of Strider, and I'm pretty sure Memes doesn't either. But Sykilik's trying to get rid of the Morrigan here, trying to force a mistake. Tags in the Strider. Would rather have anchor Dante maybe, or heal up the Dante.
I'm most surprised I beat Shellkick.
Yeah, it's actually crazy because Shellkick has a big hitbox. You say
jam
bloody
session.
parry.
I think that's the reason.
That makes sense. And it also got rid of Morrigan as well.
No, if you say bloody parry 3 times, Justin Wong leaves the building.
I think so. Shoutouts to Justin and shoutouts to Mothman for being in Justin's show next up.
Yep,
Mothman is one of my goats. I communicate with Mothman exclusively through Instagram Reels. And we just try to send the most cursed one to each other all the time. Speaking of cursed though, that mix-up was actually unwatchable, and we're looking at a 1-1 scenario between Sykilik and Memes at the moment. That was tragic. That was the Deadpool player's plight right there. Please make my jab better.
Did you know that like Morrigan, when she crouches, is like obscenely low to the ground?
Yeah, she dodges beams, she dodges taxes, she dodges everything as long as she's crouching.
She's like shorter than Ami when she's crouch jabbing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Her and Raccoon just decide to ignore everything when they crouch. Ooh, goes for the chip out there. Nice, gets the hit. This could be the Dante. I would X here if it doesn't kill, but it looks like it does. The very last hit. Very calculated stuff from Sykilik. You guys would never guess what the 101 means.
You're right, I wouldn't guess.
What would be your wildest guess?
So what is it again?
The 101 for Sykilik.
The 101?
Yeah.
I want to say something stupid like an area code, but I know that's wrong.
It's definitely
it
not
looks
that.
like an oven.
Definitely not that either.
Is he trying to spell LOL? I don't know.
Not that hot topic, no.
101st Pokemon in the Pokédex. Oh, crap.
It's not that. If anybody guesses it in chat, I will mail them a Sykilik cookie. However, MemesMayCry is eating up Sykilik, speaking about cookies right now with the pressure. Oh, that was nasty. On the side switch, Sykilik is in a lot of trouble. 2-1 right now. Could go either way.
This is the hit you want. Even more so.
His name is not Sykilik Electrode. It should be, however. No X, just opting to fight it out again. I'm not sure if I agree. If you let Morrigan...
chip.
Oh, but if he kills Vergil, I think it might be worth it.
But if he doesn't? It's not related to Dalmatians. You guys need to think in first. Wedge, you only lose to Vergil missiles if you let both Vergil and missiles touch the ground. You guys need to start thinking like Haggar players.
It's full extension here. He's already used Prop Shedder, so the scaling is going to be severe.
Oh no! You know Sykilik is shaking his Guitar Hero guitar right now because of that one. That was tragic.
Well, he did tell us to roast him, so I think that's allowed.
Oh my goodness. And then Memes just keeps it simple. Insane stuff. 3-1. Sykilik is out of the bracket. Did get top 8, but that was a tragic scenario right there. You could tell that the meaties were not there. That was a very vegan incoming. Now, Memes going for the Morrigan, and I agree, historically, and actually partially thanks to how many big 2s there have been in the history of Marvel, but historically, Morrigan beats Magneto. So I wonder if the matchup is strong enough that it might give Memes an edge.
The only way that Magneto really does well against Morrigan is when you back him with Spencer, because then you can always use Shockwave Arm as a clear.
That's a classic. I've been discussing this with my friend Kellen. He's like, I'm tired of being a Wolverine player. He's not lame enough. And I'm like, you don't understand. The Wolverine players that are lame are just Spencer players. So I'm slowly turning Kellen into a Spencer player.
Optimal. Oh, even more optimal.
Oh my god, Priest is a monster.
He's just a man. How could you do this?
Oh my goodness.
And
goes for the
world?
snap too? Priest is
Straight
terrifying.
fallen.
No, Shogun, I'm gaslighting Kellen into turning him into a Spencer player. Oh my goodness. This is so scary. Memes with the defense. Was the pad flipped? The pad was not flipped.
Wait, who's past my prime? Is that Mott's like 30th name or something?
No, that's Priest.
No, that's Priest. That's Priest.
Ah, okay.
I think he's out of the clergy
terrifying.
and onto the streets.
Past my prime 29. What, did you like turn 29 today or something?
I understand feeling like you're past your prime after a birthday. I recently became 28 years old, and I was particularly sad that I didn't die at 27, like a rock star. I wanted to be part of the club. But then someone told me
both of you.
I can still die at 33, like a biblical thing. So I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of hardcore. So now the goal is to pass away in 5 years.
Damn, I feel old. I'm like 10 years older than all of you.
Not older than Sykilik, I'll tell you that. Sykilik is 76, I think. That's why he keeps up bringing... No, Sykilik read like Cosmopolitan magazine to find out Misty's birthday one time. So I'm pretty sure he's the oldest in the chat. Memes is looking mad clean this game though. Ooh, baits out the X Factor there, pretty nice.
Yep, Mag lives another day.
Oh, that was scary. I think it's worth spending the X here. No X.
Okay, the missiles.
Well, no, they were worth it, Isisera. I was just kind of excited to go out like a rock star. But there are many more things in life I can be now. Now that I am relieved of the pressure of being a rock star. It can be other things. Like, Haggar is 81? No wonder they don't put him in Street Fighter games anymore.
He is like the mayor on giant statues in 6.
Do you guys want to hear my personal theory on why Haggar hasn't appeared in 6? Because he got isekai'd. He got isekai'd in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
He just stayed in New York instead of Metro City.
And everyone's
with Spider-Man.
He just got isekai'd.
Yeah.
I mean, what? DC has an isekai series. Can we have one for Capcom?
That would be crazy. He became mayor of Earth in this universe. As long as it's this universe and not the MBCI universe, which is canonically different.
Yep.
I'd be happy for Haggar's fate. And Priest stealing this one away? Oh my goodness, hold up.
Too low.
A little bit too low.
Time's up. Player 1 wins.
That's crazy. If M.O.D.O.K can compete in Street Fighter, Haggar can. That's true.
It's debatable if Oro's human.
I think Capcom will just never give me Haggar in Street Fighter because they are scared of the idea of me becoming a world champion and an ambassador for their game. Too dangerous.
They'll never give me Elf Royte because of his run stops and drive rush.
I just play May in Guilty Gear. That's basically May now.
I am not a weeb.
You do have to be a weeb to play May. I will say that.
I thought you had to eat cement.
Both. They're not mutually exclusive. Nice. Priest setting up that pressure there with the hyper battering ram. You know what my favorite quote from MBCI is? Chun-Li just shows up and she's like, yeah, different streets, same fight.
I almost uninstalled when I saw that.
It's a disturbing thought to be heard from a cop.
It would have been really funny if they just took it out of context and Chun-Li came out. She's like, I'm made for the streets.
That's true. Actually, here's an idea, chat. If we get 20 subs right now, I will redub every single character in MBCI on my own, on Kevin's stream. Anybody that wants to join in is invited. Exact same lines and everything. All you have to do is we need 20 subs tonight. There's the first one.
Romora gifting subs. Thank you, Romora.
Shout out to Romora.
Someone's going to say how many subs to make that not happen.
To make that not happen, it would be
200.
40. 20 to make it happen, 40 to cancel it, 60 to relaunch the concept.
Actually, there is one other incentive live right now. If we can get 200 plus make up the difference for AWS, we get an EX tournament. We do 500, we get a super tournament.
That's pretty sick. Subs for dubs, yeah. It's kind of like Tears for Fears, but nobody's ruling the world. Oh my goodness. Priest is so scary sometimes. Oh, Memes goes for the dangerous combo as well.
That Memes has the thing he likes more than anything, to win with the power of the clock. 4 seconds left. Even if the Priest broke out, you couldn't do it in time.
Priest is scariest when he has characters alive. I agree. That's 2 subs already. We're 18 away. 18 subs away, chat, from the MBCI dub. Shout out to Happy Little Xbox, my boy.
Feels like a Sonic 06 dub, but even worse.
Oh my goodness, Memes is on fire. The Soul Drain loop. Oh no, and M.O.D.O.K barely escapes because of his Humpty Dumpty ass body. Oh my goodness, Memes is actually on a different level right now. Let's see what happens here. Xbox does kiss with his eyes open. I can attest to that. Shout outs to Arithmetic, my boy Eldon. Every time I hang out with Eldon, something really forbidden happens out of nowhere. Like a random crackhead will appear at Jack in the Box and yell Wu-Tang while grabbing my ankles. That's just one of the highlights of hanging out with Eldon. Or we end up getting the best udon of all time randomly in LA.
One thing I don't think we'll need a miracle or something miraculous for is look at these characters. The life is so close.
Yeah, but as long as Astral's there... Oh, that was so terrifying. And the missiles just flustering Priest right there. I wonder if Memes opts for the X Factor too. Speaking of experiences with people, there was one time that we were picking up a teenager who was related to one of our friends in Arizona with Sykilik. And I was like, teenagers are so angsty. It's like they're always listening to Linkin Park music. So we pick up their relative, they get in the car, and Numb from Linkin Park starts playing in the radio. That was actually insane. It was perfect comedic timing by the radio host. There is no comedy, however, in Priest's M.O.D.O.K corner pressure. Morrigan needs a miracle right here. A happy birthday in 12 seconds.
Can he set up a bomb? Oh no, goes for the mix.
Oh my
Astral's up, but I don't think you can afford a chip out situation here when M.O.D.O.K's just gonna hover.
It's over. It's over.
It's Jover.
And Priest defeats Memes in convincing fashion, actually. And I just want to say that QWOP is a game in which I can defeat anybody, not only in the chat, but in the world. I am the best QWOP player of all time. And speaking of great play, Yuli against Artiztikk, this is going to be a great match. Especially because Yuli and Art hate each other's guts when they play. They always pop off. They always say free. They always say lucky. So I just want to see some salt after this matchup, especially because Yuli and Art are playing really well. And I agree with the X Factor. If you can get rid of Zero, you get rid of Zero. Yuli trying to fight it out. Art tagging in the Doom. Art really always tags in Doom when he wants to assert dominance, as Meteors and Ass would say. The $1 million right there. Different streets, same fight as MBCI. But the fight is looking a little bit different because there's no Vergil in that game to just ignore your super into mix-up. And this should be a dead Dante.
They were gonna put Vergil in MVCI, but you have to pay your child support to be in that game.
Oh no. Not the Disney rules. Oh, this mix is so ridiculous. And baits out the X Factor too. But as long as Vergil gets to play, it's always terrifying. Oh my goodness, the feet were divin right there. Artiztikk is looking really strong. This one might be looking like it's for the cause. The cause of shiny cardboard.
Question is, what kind of coffee is his costume color?
That's definitely at least an espresso. At least.
I think it's whatever DXB orders.
Did you guys know that DXP has farmed all of his Starbucks points without drinking a single coffee? Because he doesn't drink coffee?
Refreshers, yeah.
Actually quite refreshing to find out that you don't go to Starbucks for coffee. Sometimes you go for the refreshers. Or just to farm points to get your own Starbucks. Yeah, we're talking about you, David. Once you reach 10,000 Starbucks points, you get your own Starbucks. Oh my goodness. Art has just denied Yuli the entire match. But Yuli gets in there with the dash back at the last second. Really, really smart. Oh, those rocks to try and chip out Vergil. Get a little bit of space. Very agreeable. But now you have to deal with the threat of Strider, and that's always scary. If I was Yuli, I would turn up the aggression a little bit. And I like those rocks there to try and sneak in under the swords.
Also, just you gotta stop him from building any more bar. The weakest point Doom can be at is when he doesn't have any ability to photon.
Absolutely, because that means that he can't really cover for the teleports unless he goes for a hard call out with rocks. Oh, and the defense from Art, but how long can you block against Yuli? Against anyone really in this game. 1-1. And I'm telling you, both of these players hate losing to each other. There's definitely a rivalry that has been brewed week after week here.
Left, right, left, right. How many of these can Yuli sustain?
Woo. That was a nice buster right there to nullify the swords. But once you don't have meter, it becomes very, very scary. Because, yeah, Vergil just gets to do this. And the tag right there, I don't know if I agree, because this might be a dead Vergil. Oh, but goes for the infinite. Can Art complete the infinite in online conditions? It's looking like it so far. I think you just keep it simple and go for the super and then set up something maybe.
Oh, and that's the best part. You land that part, you can always just screw it up in Photon. It's still
That's
a
a classic. Oh, the hooks tried to be an ass right there. Yuli's scheming. Swords have been put on. Forces out the X though. I'm not sure if I agree with this X factor from Yuli. I think Anchor 0 is more valuable because now you have to hold a mix. And I'm not sure if you will really want to be blocking Artiztikk's mix-ups in the corner. Oh, that was very smart. You don't have to block them if you just get feed driven. I didn't even have time to adapt to that smart defensive decision because Artiztikk was just on the chase down. 2-1 for Art.
Right. With his final on the line here, Yuli really needs a 0.
Oh my goodness. What a jam session. That was beautiful.
Doom coming in with no life if he lands this.
I remember, now that you guys are talking about coffee in chat, one time in college, one of our professors brought like one of their co-workers from their office because they also had another job. They're like, this is the boss at the newspaper. He's like super skilled and he's here to talk to you guys. And you could tell that the guy drank like 47 cups of coffee a day and did like at least a couple of lines of dirty snow. So instead of giving us a good impression and of trying to become journalists, it was the opposite thing. And every time I'm gonna drink a coffee, I just remember that guy. And I remember I don't want to be him. Just like Yuli doesn't want to be in this situation, holding a mix against Anchor Vergil, 4 set point and 3 meters, terrifying. But the trade somehow.
Trade.
Wow. Somehow Yuli brings it back. That was crazy. Oh no. Yeah, you spend the X every time right there. But now Yuli has Vergil too, so it'll all come down to how calculated Art is right here, but just swings into the round trip. There was no reason to swing there because there was no mix. Oh, but the reset Okaiba, nice stuff. And Art is looking good right now. I wonder if you snap here too. Oh, Art just goes for the layers. No more supering out of the meaty, but Yuli gets hit. But Art calculates this and calls the Strider. I think this might be curtains, guys.
So optimal. Yeah, gets one more off the Vergil, and this will be it.
And Art is in the money right now, so there is shiny cardboard on the way. And there's a shark infested pool in the losers bracket. There's Priest, Romora, and Yuli. I would never in my entire life want to deal. You didn't like
missile calls.
I've been saying that one thing Romora can work on is he sometimes goes in unprotected with the missiles And I don't blame him. We've all gone in unprotected sometimes, but Romora does it pretty often, and I think that's one of the strengths that Priest has as a player. He's very good at sniping assists.
Wow, what a pickup at the mid screen. Taking us to the corner.
We might see a snap here. Yep. Oh my god, Priest is looking so nasty. What a reaction too! That was crazy.
But the missiles will finish it off here.
Shout out to CB Brenticus, the most handsomest man I know. And I know many handsome men. I pride myself in that. But Brent is the most handsomest.
Speaking of M.O.D.O.K experience, Romora's fought Mothman quite a lot, so if Freezer's going to rely on the surprise factor, it's not present anymore.
I would say it is though, because the way Mothman plays M.O.D.O.K and the way Priest plays M.O.D.O.K is entirely different. And that's the flexibility of this character. A character that can do everything except be visually pleasing can play in any way.
And have decent MCU representation.
Yeah, Darren is a scary character. Oh my goodness. Priest just walked away with this one. This was super convincing. What is Platon Osborne? Stop gaslighting me, Chow Mein. Is it like a random online player? This looks like a standard Romora game though, I will say.
Then where are we to go? Cross up, overhead, fake throw.
Priest is on another level. Nobody blocked that. Nobody blocked that except Priest.
And gets the throw and avoids the missile at the same time. Sets up the scare stuff. M.O.D.O.K's around the floor is always acid. Oh my god, so many layers. How did Romora throw that?
This is so scary. And Priest thought the fuzzy guard was coming there. That's how he got opened up. And Romora did the right thing with the micro dash there. That was really, really smart. That was a very high-level interaction that a lot of people don't really catch on to. And you can tell that the mind games were there from both of these players. Wait, Platon Osborne is Patton Oswalt?
I don't get that either. Wow, Buttergun pickup. Missile.
Oh,
no.
no. Sweep the leg, Johnny. I think we're about to see the nastiest Doom incoming mix-up of all time. I can feel it.
Missile.
I felt it, but I also felt the you know, sometimes it doesn't go your way. Sometimes your hands betray you. Maybe your servers betray you. We will never know.
Have you ever been to the barber and just said, "Give me the helm breaker"?
I should, honestly. Are you guys familiar with the Pokemon Adventures manga?
Yes.
You know how Blaine and Mewtwo have a psychic link?
Mm-hmm.
That's my barber and I. Every time I think I need a haircut, Jorge just texts me. He's like, "You need a haircut." And I'm like, bro, how does he know? Like, as soon as I think about it, I don't post it anywhere. He just hits me with a text message. So I like to believe that we share a psychic link. He's a famous barber in the FGC too. He's cut Chris G's hair. He's cut Cloud 805's hair. And every time I go, he always asks about both of them. He's like, How's your friend that looks like Mary Poppins, aka Cloud? And how's your friend, comma, the weird one? And I know he's talking about Chris, but he always asks. And I'm always like, they're fine, they're doing great.
The weird one. There's probably a story behind that.
No story, he's just that. AI haircuts.
Still a better cut than Great Clips, right?
I'm guessing.
I think a lawnmower is better than Great Clips.
I want to go with a Gen Z haircut. They do the worst haircuts I've seen, but it's appealing. I want to see if I can understand them. That was the GameStop trade. Are GameStop trades good or bad? Like morally speaking.
I can't really say because I used to be a manager for 4 years.
I think they're good then.
They were only good if they were trade-in bonuses happening at the same time. If you just did that shit raw, you probably got fucked.
Makes sense. You know, I've never been to a GameStop because in Mexico we had a shittier version of GameStop called Game Planet. It still exists, but it's a dying breed. So my dream as a kid was to go to Toys R Us and GameStop just to get scammed. But it never happened. I got scammed by Game Planet instead.
We had a local store that actually had decent trade-in value and great pre-orders.
Nice. When I was a kid also, I wanted to work at Blockbuster as a manager. It was like my one dream in life. So I was like, yeah, fucking free gummy worms and just rent the video game each week for free. I don't even need money. And then when I turned 18, Blockbuster died. The year I could work, they took it away from me. So I had to go to college and other useless stuff instead. What a block from Priest, but it doesn't matter. Remora just gets in there.
I think the best game stores were like the mom and pop cell phone stores that would sell you a game early for like an extra $5 or $10.
That was Blockbuster here. I got Super Smash Brothers Brawl 9 days before launch because of Blockbuster.
That was in the era, though. If you had a Japanese console, you could get the game like 3 months ahead because Nintendo would do that.
Good times. Not the PS3 one.
I don't think anybody was on the PS3 one.
No, there was always a dead forum. Yeah, Serp was all the time talking about how Thor was the Morrigan Slayer. And people would get in arguments with Serp. And everybody thought that Serp was a fraud until he randomly went to America and like beat Shan or something. There's no way it can be worse than my original tag. Look, I won't give you guys many clues. If you guys can James Bond it and find it. I used to post on Pokemon forums on GameFAQs. But yeah, definitely I would never share that username with anybody alive. Not even with my wife.
Of course, Isisera got into an argument with Sherp on SRK.
If you posted on the internet and Serp was on the same forum as you definitely got into an argument with Serp. Shout out to Serp though, he's actually a great guy. We've gotten to hang out a lot of times. He kind of has like a lighter Terry Bogard aura where Terry online is a terrifying reflection of humanity, but Terry offline is like, where'd you buy that chicken? Just very, very different. Romora recovering from getting sent to losers by Yuli though, looking great. How has Romora managed to clean up his entire act throughout the losers bracket? It's actually crazy.
Okay, finding the way out, gets the throw.
Romora evolved to a higher existence. What was your core AIM screen name? Oh, we didn't use AIM in Mexico. We used MSN Messenger. And my MSN Messenger was Esteban in an alternating variety of caps and no caps and symbols. And a lot of... The way you type the phrase was parentheses, capital H, parentheses. That was my jam. But I'm kind of glad MSN died because I was a little bit cringe too. But I do miss the sound effects. It's probably the happiest time of my life. Messenger Plus to put in the colors. Sephiroth is an OG, definitely. As Romora goes up 2-0.
Romora just angry and playing at full velocity here.
Trying to get that weed money.
The Denver Proud.
I wonder if somebody has done an MSN Messenger clone that people can use at this point in humanity. If somebody figures that out, I think we should all ditch Discord as the FGC and turn it into a messenger chat. I think it would be more productive for the goals of the community.
We're going back to Ventrilo, boys.
No, that's not far enough. We're talking like X-Fire or something.
Hey, we're not disrespecting XAT chat, Kevin. That's where I talked with my Pokemon Battle Revolution friends all the time. Shoutouts to all of them. They watch fighting games from time to time. I've actually met them through the FGC. Oh my god, Yuli's on a different level.
PBR, the first like Pokemon game of net play.
It was great too. That's where you met Fampy and GC Yoshi and Zat chat. Yeah, the Game Facts PBR Zat chat, unmatched. Shoutouts to them. Have you ever talked to Tyson about Tatsunoko versus Capcom, Kevin?
Bet he fucking loves it.
Here's what he told me. I used to be so good at Tatsunoko versus Capcom because I would play Zero and Ryu, and I would hit S and then teleport down and call Hadouken, and nobody could block it. I was the best in Ecuador. He would always tell me this for the first 6 times that I met Tyson.
There's a story I have for Tyson, but it's so funny, but I don't think I can tell it.
That's for when we get 40 subs.
Sure. 40 subs, I'll tell my Tyson story. I think it happened at whenever the last MVCI tournament happened at CEO. I think it was like 2017-ish.
That sounds cursed already, just like Yuli's fate in the bracket.
Well, he's still got...
I mean, Romora might drop the combo he's done literally thousands of times.
While pause buffering? God, he's looking like a Zelda speed run here.
Oh, he actually dropped it too.
Nope, Romora not skipping to the credits. Wow, I just Sarah cleaning up on those.
Contrary to popular belief. Sometimes you may question their gameplay, but the better player is always at the end of the bracket.
This man made the grand finals wearing brown paper bag costume colors.
It's Earth tones. It's in the season.
Yeah, you know, shit is also earth tone.
Oh, how do you think the Earth is made?
Chat. Would you rather use the colors artistic picks for the rest of your life, but get $500,000 weekly, or get $3 billion without a cost?
I mean, they both kind of sound like win-win situations. I'm not gonna lie.
If I had $3 billion, I could afford to go to events, so it's very appealing.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I could spend $500,000 weekly.
But would you play arts colors?
No.
I'd do that, but
I'd
Speaking
rather
of-
play the like dirty mustard color. That's like the 18, I think.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you're gonna give him a chance? Oh, this is gonna get really spooky real quick. The triple jump, that was so smart, but speaking of smart, rapid slash, and suddenly Art had it right in the bag. And his Doom, though, does not matter against Romora's Vergil.
nope.
Bringing it all the way back.
Player 1 wins.
You dared to challenge the son of Sparta?
Here's a remark. If you're a Soul Calibur player, you're used to one of your better characters eventually getting an incredibly ugly costume you have to use. It's just how the rules work.
Shoutouts to Voldo colors 1 through 40.
Exactly.
Don't worry, over in Palette Swap World, they confirmed that you can have 256 colors. And Shadow Lady is going to be the first character to have all those colors taken.
Oh no, there's a chance that it could be Jill.
Can I make up colors? Can you guys hire me to do that? I would just give every color like one slightly different thing, and that's it.
Just color wheel it.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom, Fate of 365 chromas.
Fade up CMYK. Romora just refuses to win when Art's letting him. But Art also refuses to punish. Unless... Oh wow, that
Even
super
sucks.
really sucks.
I have a shirt for it. So does Nick.
Yep. I have that shirt.
Oh, that was nasty. That was incredible. Oh, Art's Doom is actually incredible. That's crazy.
Oh wow, the Strider, he almost could have confirmed that. Oh, Buttergun.
Strider died. Scooby-Doo? No Scooby-Doo. I think there's still a punish. No, didn't mash grab on time.
The missiles protect. Oh, we're gonna catch it.
Springfield? That was so smart. Oh my goodness. 1-1.
Double install, gets the pickup on both. What's the route here? He's certainly building bar.
Oh, that was optimal.
Oh yeah.
That was
Had to make
super
it work.
prime.
Because it's two characters, you build so much bar. Romora
Oh,
jumped
no.
unintentionally there, I think.
Yeah, that was a large jump. Oh no. What? Huh? None?
Romora crossed himself, I think.
I remember the Doctor Strange line. Your desecration of the past will not go unpunished.
Remember the Malcolm in the middle line. The future is now, old man.
I also remember the Malcolm in the middle line. How much does my head weigh? 0. Oh my goodness. Art just going for the chip out. Romora with the Sogenmu jump back to punish a bad teleport. That was very aware. Art should have done the heavy teleport instead. But it doesn't matter. The trade favors him. So spooky. Where are swords? Oh, just gonna go for the chip instead. Agreeable, I think. Do we see a raw tag? No, Romora just fights it out. The defense? There's a raw tag. Does that hit? Nope. Oh my goodness. Art committing a little bit too much, but Romora dropping. Oh, this is so terrifying.
He finds one bar. Doom has a photon if he needs it.
As long as Vergil doesn't have a meter, this is a very, very unfavorable matchup for Romora. I agree with the 0 tag. Oh, but now this gets spooky. You get the 1 mix with the Buster. Oh, but if you release Buster, then you're in trouble. Oh, the trades! Oh, this is so scary. So scary. The Skittles? Not enough. And what's the mix?
Crystals?
Where's the meaty? No meaty. Oh! Art is on a
Tricky.
different level tonight. That was so tricky.
The pause buffer.
Player 2 wins.
No, don't reset the bracket.
Hey, this is the start for Art. A clean 2 bars, and this character about to die. I lied.
Funny body 0.
You missed him high-profile Devil Must Die earlier, but Art keeping it together.
And Art in a good position here, but Romora gets in. That was perfect. That was immaculate from Romora. Not quite the optimal punish, but gets a mix right after. Oh, never mind. I'm dumb. Romora's way better than me at this game. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna adjust for the last missile.
Oh no, you let him
Still a
play.
chance.
You let him play. No. Oh wait,
Was that Romora? I didn't see
Yep.
it with a very fast pause.
it was.
Oh my goodness.